Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Greg K6EGG live stream. I got some new stuff I'm going to try out today. First off, beautiful day outside. Whoop. What happened to my... Oh, man. Looks like I lost something there. Hold on just a second. Lost one of my cameras right as I was going on. All right, there we go. Now it's back. I hear you there, buddy. Nice to be back. A beautiful day outside. Also, got a new camera view. This is the mixer cam. I'm gonna show you guys when I go on the work I do to get this on. As far as audio-wise, what you're hearing, I change between the radio and my microphone here that you see. This is my microphone channel here. And this is my channel for my radio here. So a couple things I'm going to try out today. I also got Sam in the house on SonoBus. Good afternoon. Actually, good evening for you. And happy daylight savings.
Howdy. I'm so glad.
Aren't you glad?
Yeah.
I love daylight savings, by the way. It's like the best as far as I'm concerned.
Long days are awesome.
Oh, nice, man. Hope you stay dry up there, too. I'm only going to be on for a little bit. I noticed there's a little bit of a delay there. Oop, sorry about that. I got some video issues that I'm working out because I added a camera, which you guys are seeing right here. This is the mixer cam right now. I'll be showing when I get on a reflector here in a few minutes. But first off, I wish my video was matching with my audio. First off, Mike K04PDI sent me something in the mail.
Uh-oh.
I have not opened it. I got it on Friday, or Saturday, actually, rather. So Mike... SonoBus. The SonoBus is nice, by the way, Brian. I know the autocorrect. I'm guessing maybe something soft, a shirt or a hat or something like that. But this is what he sent. It's in the shack right now. He was nice enough to pay the $5.25 to send it over to me. Mike, if you're watching, I think you are because I just texted you. Jump in the chat, say hi. And I'll wait till he jumps in there and try to work out my streaming issues there. Yeah, I think I'm back. Hello? Oh, I am back. Okay. I am back. Sorry. Welcome back, first off. So hopefully Mike is here. Mike, I want to make sure I open this when you're here. It's in sync now. Okay, maybe it crashed out for a second, so I apologize. I was adding some camera views. Like I said, I added the mixer view in there. I also have the outside camera, the Haley cam. This is actually the mixer cam that you guys are seeing there. So once again, a beautiful day. It's only 4:35 here in Southern California. We got PDI in the house. Oop, that's taking a hit there. I'll have to be back later tonight and fix out these problems, but I just wanted to come on for a little bit and wanted to open this live from K04PDI. Keep in mind he also has a YouTube page as well as a Facebook page that I'm going to put here in the chat as I'm going here, but my other computer is now stalling out. I'm having all kinds of problems here, but give me just a quick second. K04. There we go. Now I got it.
Amateur hour for sure. Folks.
It's definitely amateur hour here. Holy crap. I apologize. I normally don't have this many problems here. But here is his Facebook group here in the chat there. I'll bring this up on the live stream there. I'll get rid of my mug. And, yeah, check it out. Looks like, how many people are you up to now? I think like, almost 200? Oh, it says there, 167 there. So Alrighty. Without further ado, I'll open this thing up. Hopefully, I don't damage anything opening it up. I'll start up by a QSO car. Right here. From beautiful Daytona Beach, which actually stay at the Hilton there right on the water. Thanks for all the help setting up his studio, because he has a studio stuff, and this is part of the reason why I have this mixer in here, so you guys can see what I'm going to be doing here in real time in just a minute. But thank you very much, and bust open the hat there. Kennedy Space Center hat. Very cool.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Mike, K04PDI. In fact, I'll probably put that on. I don't know if I want to put it on. I have to take my actual regular hat off.
Do not take that
I'm
hat
being
off.
told by my administrator not to take my hat off, but I'm going to do it anyways. Oh, look at that. Look at that shiny forehead.
Oh, boy.
I'll get that sized up here in a little bit. Oh, yeah. I absolutely love hats. For obvious reasons. Oh, I just lost my... for obvious reasons there. I just lost my mixer cam. Nope, it's still there. I just nailed it when I put my hand down. I got to get... What's that?
I'm a little low on the string.
You a little low? What do you mean?
I hear myself.
You hear yourself?
1, 2.
What's wrong?
Okay, that's better.
I've not made any changes. You guys can scroll back.
Okay.
I did push this up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, Mike, K04PDI, I appreciate it. Opened it live here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to put my overlay in here, too. Crap. Give me just a quick second. Overlay. Copy. First off, it was a very busy day today, so please bear with me. See if this works now. There we go. That works too. I'm not covering my radio either. Cool. Now you got a couple more. I gotta loosen up this hat just a tad. So I'll be mindful of what you guys see here. Sorry, I apologize. To all my viewers looking at my forehead.
You ought to see mine.
Do you have a 5 head? Oh, you got two more. You got 2 more people in there. I have more hair than N1JXX too. A couple things I want to do here too. Apologize there for that. I have not had my Pi-Star 2 hooked up to my internet here, so I need to hook that up. I also want to get my Pi-Star 1 back on network and do some updates. So when I'm doing that, just texting Mike back there. So I see my Pi-Star here in my Wi-Fi here that I'm going to connect to. So I'm updating my original Pi-Star. It's asking me for a login, of course. Of course.
Oh, of course.
Pi-Star. Raspberry. Perry with a P. P. So I got to configure Wi-Fi. I'm going to scan for networks, which is scanning. It will take approximately 10 seconds. So please bear with me.
I need to update my Pi-Star.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like it has scanned for networks, so I'm going to have it scan again. Oh, there it goes. Check for viruses, huh? Egg Pro Lightspeed. I'm going to put in the... put in the password there, which is very easy for me to figure out. And then I'm going to restart it. And hopefully it should connect to my network there.
We shall see.
But I'm having some issues. I'm having some issues hitting the restart button, so.
Press the button.
Oh, I'm trying. I'm trying. All it is making it bigger. And then when I do this, it does that. All right, so I'm going to do the old, I shouldn't be doing this, powering it off like I'm going to. And once again, the reason why I have this up here again, I want to show what I am doing as far as audio-wise, so you guys get a feel for how I'm managing my audio. So whenever I talk on the air, meaning the radio, the Icom 9700, I bring my, which you guys didn't hear me there, and I churn up this right here. Since there's nothing connected to my Pi-Star, I'll give you an example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I bring this back up, so it sounds different. It sounds like I'm transmitting versus I'm not just talking into the radio. So there's, you know that there's a difference. Does that make sense, Sam? I don't know. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Did we lose you?
Difference?
Yeah, they're a little. See, it's a little bit of a difference. So when I talk into the radio, you'll hear me going to the radio, and then I go normal, and you hear me normal. If I have both of them up, what you'll hear right now is a huge echo and delay, which sounds like crap to me.
What's in 10, 14, and 16?
It is like a reverb. 10, 14, and 16. What are you talking about? Here?
Your channels.
9 and 10. 9 and 10, I have nothing on it. This actually is a dead channel on this board. I have the sound effects from my M1 computer, which I don't have available at this point in time on this scene. I have Discord audio or my IFB that I have from Seth sometimes. So Seth will sometimes talk to me in my ear without being able to. You guys are not able to hear him on the air if he wants to tell me something important. Which I haven't gone through with you too much yet, because sometimes he gets confused on which one to talk into. And then I have the SonoBus fader. So if you talk right here, you'll hear it come up. Go ahead and give me like a 10 count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can hear him coming
7,
up
8,
and down there.
9, 10.
So that's the SonoBus feed in. So that's basically what I have on the mixer. I also have the Haley mic, which is the RE320, which it says RE20 on it. I just need to relabel some stuff. This is a dead channel as of now. I don't have anything into it. It was my phone, the IP phone. This is my police scanner and my RF mic combined, so I can switch between the two. Let me go back to here, put this question up on the board. How do I get the SonoBus out of the computer? So I know this is convoluted. I have two computers going right now. I have the Mac M1 that's primarily used for the streaming that I have the Sony computer plugged into. All my other streaming devices, I have the output of my mixer, my main mixer outs left and right, into a Focusrite 4x2, I think it is. I can't remember. I'm really bad on model numbers. And then I have a second computer that's, I don't know, 13 years old, 10 years old, 11 years old, whatever. I have a second Focusrite, a single one that I take on the road with me that Scott was nice enough to give me, send to me, because I was having some audio issues with it. Very, very nice of him to do that. So I always mention when I bring it. I also brought it with me to Hawaii. I don't think you guys saw it, but I have it hooked up to the older Mac. So I take audio out of I take the SonoBus out of the mini jack. I have that assigned at the output. And then I have the other output that I have assigned for the SonoBus into my Focusrite. That output of my Focusrite feeds into a separate set of channels here on my console. So I have 4 channels of audio coming out of that computer. That way also I can feed back people that are on SonoBus to Discord. So they don't have to be on Discord to hear people on SonoBus. SonoBus people don't have to be on SonoBus to hear them. So I know it sounds a little convoluted, but it's a way that I can manage my signals a little bit better. I can keep some stuff from being on the air that I don't want being on the air. I can also have Seth talk to me in my ear, in one of my ears, my left ear, when he wants to mention to me to hurry up or something like that, or I am slacking off. And you guys don't need to hear it. So I got him telling me what to do in my ear, he kind of keeps me on track at times, because I can go off on a tangent like I am right now. But yeah, so I'm using, long story short, I have 2 Focusrites, 2 computers, and I'm taking multiple outputs of each computer, mixing them, assigning different channels to each mix so people don't hear themselves back. You guys hear me on the live stream okay. I have sub outputs, aux outputs. I have feeds to the telephone. So it kind of goes everywhere. So that's kind of why I have that there. And let me pin this message. I'll make sure I don't report you there or ban you. Okay, this is my travel. No problem there, Alex. It's a little harder to explain sometimes. But I just wanted to have a full range of what I can do, sending feeds back and forth and not disrupting anything on the live stream. And with that being said, I have not done a update on this computer, Pi-Star, in a number of weeks. So we'll see if there's any updates on here. While that's updating, it doesn't look like there's anything here. I have auxiliary sends up here. I can set them with this button here. I can set them to pre or post. Some of them I have on pre, some of them I have on post. So it's basically just another output. I also have another set of post-only auxes that I have sent to both the channels of my Focusrite in my iMac 2010 or whatever. So, and then right here in this console, I have the EQ settings, which are basic. It's only a 4-band EQ, parametric, so it's really basic, no shelf or anything like that. I also have pans. So if you see this pan right here, I'm going to twist this to the left, and it's going to make my voice only come in the left channel. I don't know if you guys are listening on headphones or not, and this will make it go only in the right channel. And if Sam's nice enough to talk, you can hear him only in the left channel. So it's like we're having a conversation here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, see that? So kind of cool. So you can, there's all different ways you can mix stuff up, and I can make it do it on the radio side too, where you hear me on one channel on the radio. So I know it sounds a little convoluted. It's not your basic ham radio setup, but I wanted to. I'm an audio guy, so I'm trying to use all my resources and maximize you guys being able to watch the stream. That's another reason why I bring this down. Or sorry, I bring my main microphone down when I'm talking on the radio, so you can have the illusion that you're hearing me through the radio. It's more of a mind trick for your ear. I think it works. I've gotten a lot of praise for it. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. So that way you have a difference of when you know when I'm talking on the air or not. With that being said,
all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. It's all fake. Everything's fake. Just remember that. So that's like a little mini ham shack tour too. The other thing, once I got my new solar panels on my house, I had right now, or before I had my solar panels put on, before I had my second set of solar panels, where do I have my gain set for my radios on my mixer? So the mic or the level out of the mix or radio, I'll get back to radio or my solar panels in a second. I'll show you here. So this is my Icom my Icom main and my Icom sub right here, which you can barely see there. I have those set to minus 20 right now, and I have the output of the radio, which is technically a speaker out. I also have a transformer inline, which I mentioned to you before. I have that. I have the output of the radio set to just about 25% of the output, and I kind of do that by ear. What I do is I turn down the gain all the way on the mixer, which I'm just going to use this one for example. I turn that all the way down, and I turn up the output of the radio till it starts to get a little fuzzy sounding or distorted. And I usually turn that down about 25%, and then I make up the gain right here. I also, if you noticed, I have some settings on my EQ, some roll-off settings. And the reason why I do that is those are frequencies are not going to pass. It's just basically making noise on the line. So that's why it sounds so much cleaner when you hear the radio through the mixer, is you're not hearing all that static, low-end hum noise or anything like that. I have it all filtered out here on the 4-band EQ here as well. So something also very important that you use an EQ for is you're getting rid of unwanted sounds that you don't want passing through your audio circuit that are just making noise. So you don't want any noise. When you start adding all these sources up and you have all these faders up and you got, 5% of noise here, 5% of noise, basically your whole signal to noise ratio is above 50%, and everything starts to get muffled, hissy sounding, noisy, buzzy. You want your audio mix to sound as clean as possible, and you don't want any frequencies passing that you don't need to go through the mixer, because like a low cutoff on your microphone. So you just don't need that rumble and everything else.
Exactly. And and there's several ways up. Like in my instance, I've got channel 1 as my mic, and it's coming out of the right side of my mixer going to my radio, and everything else is on the left. The EQ for my mic is flat, and the EQ on my radio is what's
sorry, you just took a hit there. Say again.
Okay, so the EQ for the Shure microphone on my mixer is flat.
Uh-huh.
The EQ on my radio is what sets my tone for the radio. And as far as this USB thing, it doesn't go straight through the software for the Shure MV7.
That's actually good, so because if you EQ it on when you EQ something in the first stages, everything past that's going to have that EQ setting. So that's a very smart thing. You're letting your radio do the EQ for you, which is good.
Right.
And if you notice here, it's hard to see here because I have the font here, but I run my microphone really flat. I don't add much of any EQ in it. I've done some EQing in my preamp, just a tad. I rolled a little bit of high end in. I obviously have a low cut on it, so you don't hear the table rumble or anything like that. So it's always good to set one level for one thing, and then you bring in other things. So one at a time, and have those things match up as best as possible. That's why I rolled off some of this stuff, because I don't need that. I don't need that noise. So when I key up on my radio, it doesn't sound that different, but it sounds different because it's running through the radio, if that makes sense. You guys see the difference there? All right, so let's get back to my
solar panels.
Solar panels, sorry. Yeah, see, that's something Seth would yell in my ear. Because I'm losing viewers as I mumble along here. The solar panels, I had originally had 24 panels put in 2016, June of 2016, to be exact. They had paid themselves off middle of last year, so just under 5 or 6 years of use. The problem why I needed to add more panels is I had a child, we had a child, and my wife started working from home. That added some more electricity use, as well as I bought a full electric car. So I was going over the amount that I was using more power than I was producing, which was causing a positive balance of well over $1,000 a year, which is, I don't know, it's just shy of $80 a year, which I don't mind paying, but I mean, it's up there. I have the space, so I decided to purchase 12 more panels, which would bring my total panels to 36 panels. I got the more higher end panels that have inverters on each individual panel, which is more. It's about 10 to 15% more efficient. The problem with having each individual inverter is it causes a S ton of noise. And I say S ton, take a look at my my noise level here on my radio. Let's go over it. So this is 2 meter call. Sideband's not as bad right now, but I have a rough. The sun's starting to set, and I'm getting some clouds in the way too. So I'll give you a look outside. It's a little bit hazy outside. So the brighter it is, the more noise I get on the radio. So that's.
Oh my gosh! Never had a problem.
Okay, so
Now, you're not totally relying on the solar panels, right?
No, I'm still. Hold on. The thing is with the California law is I have to be connected to the grid in order to have solar panels. Brian, you take care. Have a good night over there in the UK. Good morning, actually, just about there. Actually, it is a good morning over there. We have to be connected to the grid if we have available power in our area. Like if I lived out in the middle of nowhere, I can be disconnected from the power grid, and so I have to be some stupid California law. And then they charge me no matter what, they charge me a $10.50 utility transmission line tax. That's a fee that I have to pay to sell my power back to the power company. So not only I have to be connected, I have to sell it back, because my in-laws live up in Phelan, which is in the high desert of Southern California, not too far away from AJ60 or USS. John actually lives in Phelan, not about 2 miles away from them. My in-laws have produced plenty of power with their solar. They have batteries. I believe they're Tesla batteries. I believe they have 2 of them, and they overproduce every day of the year pretty much, except when they get major storms roll through. They don't really need to be connected. Even where they're at, they still have power available, so they have to be connected, which in some ways kind of defeats the purpose. So over 15 years of not really using transmission lines, you're getting charged $5-6 grand. So I think that's a scam, but that's a discussion for another podcast or live stream. But I'm going to try to get to some radio here, and I'm also going to show you a little bit of when and some of you guys have seen it before when I talk on the air. You'll see the movement on my my mixer here.
KS030 Charlie.
See, that's such
That is what?
the People's Republic of California. All right, so I'm going to get on 30
Right.
Charlie here. This is Greg, K6EGG, monitoring reflector 30 Charlie from Southern California. Now, did you see how I brought that down really quick? I do that every single time I talk on the radio. And yes, it gets annoying. And yes, I wore out the label here.
I'm surprised you hadn't worn out that fader.
It's got some dead spots in it.
Ah.
Pardon my English, it has some dead spots. I see a fill in there. Nobody there. Well, technically, we're not supposed to have water softeners here in my city, but I have to. I can't buy the potassium in San Bernardino County anymore, or at least my city. I have to go down to Orange County to buy it.
Are you supposed to use hard water? I mean, what's up with that?
It's the People's Republic. They have all these stupid rules. KO4 PDI, this is Greg, K6EGG on reflector 30 Charlie.
Hello, Greg.
That's it? That's all you got?
Did you copy me, Greg? How you doing? This is Mike, Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Delta India.
Yeah, I got you loud and clear. Thanks again for the hat. And I really appreciate it. And you probably see me wear it right now on the live stream. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And you can see how I'm adjusting everything on my mixer right now live as well. See that every single time.
Yeah, the only time I have to adjust stuff is when I'm using this radio to talk to a satellite, because my voice comes back to me on the B band when I'm transmitting back and forth to a satellite. So sometimes that gets in the way. You can hear it faintly in the background. But yeah, the reason I was asking about the gain and everything is because I can't seem to get my headphones loud enough to pick up the sound from the radio, because if I turn the volume up on the radio, it distorts when I use the OBS software. So I was trying to find a happy medium between the volume of the radio and the volume on the mixer. That's why I was asking about that.
Yeah, I have my headphones plugged into my mixer, so every audio source that I have going to OBS is controlled by the mixer, including the radio that you see on the fader here. I could, yes.
Yeah, I sent you a picture. I don't have any transformers on the radio output. I have the headphone jack on the front of the panel going into the mixer. Right now I'm not using that. I have it unplugged. I'm just listening to you through a speaker. So I'm not even wearing headphones right now. But I have, each one has its own channel, the 9700 and the 7300. And that's why I was asking about the gain settings, because for some reason the headphone out on this mixer is not loud at all. I cannot get it loud enough to hear everything when I'm transmitting and receiving on the radios. And if I turn the pot up a little bit, it just distorts. Right now I got a 25 dB pad on each radio, so I get more play in the slider, how much I can move it. And I have the gain set at about 12 o'clock. I got to experiment some more and keep playing with it.
Yeah, I guess the question is, are you listening to the radio through your mixer, or you have a headphones plugged into your radio?
The headphones are plugged into the mixer. the audio from the radio goes into a channel on the mixer. So if you look at that picture I sent, channel 2 is the 9700, and channel 3 is the 7300.
It sounds like you might have an impedance problem, but I normally like to set my outputs first and then my inputs, and then go to my channel settings, which would be my faders, which would people call their faders here, and then I have my group settings out that I have set for my faders. So I would have to go to that gain structure to figure out what the problem is. To be 100% honest with you, I would have to start from scratch, so I can't answer that for you.
Yeah, what I was hoping to do is adjust the volume of the radios from the radios themselves once I get a happy medium on the mixer. But I don't think I'm going to have to do it like you do it with the sliders on the mixer itself when I'm playing with it. I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Yeah, sometimes when you add a bunch of gain or you're too low and you make up the gain somewhere else, you add a lot of noise. So you may want to start from the input. You said you had a pad somewhere, an attenuator or something somewhere before the radio or before the mixer from the radio?
Yeah, if you zoom in on the very top of the picture of the mixer I showed you, I sent you, you could see all 3 channels have a button on the top that says 25 dB pad. I have those pushed in on everything. So that gives me more leeway with the slider. So it's not as much of a change when I move the slider up and down because I'm already knocking the signal down 25 dB.
And where do you have your radio setting output at for the output of the speaker source, I guess?
Well, I'm coming out of the headphones, and the volume control on the radio itself is at 12 o'clock. And that's where I have that set.
To be honest with you, I would drop the output of the radio and undo the pad on the mixer because it's gaining up, going down, and then gaining back up again. All that does is create noise. Is the best way I can describe it. It looks like you have a compressor setting on that turned up as well.
Yep, I do.
You also might lose some level that way as far as gain going down into the fader. Because that, if you look the way the flow chart works, the gain's on top, the compressor takes the level down a little bit, which you have turned to the right, which is opposite. So that would be forcing the level down. So everything past that is lower from the gain. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I'll tell you, the reason I thought that might be a good setting is because when you're on HF radios, not so much on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, or 10 meter. When you're on HF, you'll get a guy who's one state away that's a 5'9", he's blowing your ears off. So you got to turn the volume way down. And the next guy will be in New York, and he's really faint, I got to turn the volume back up. So I figured if I compress the signal a bit, it would get them closer together. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does. I would play with the fader before having everything getting squashed and everything coming back up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. I also just realized we're on 30 Charlie, and if somebody else wants to use it, we're hogging it right now. We can do this another time. We don't have to fix it out tonight. I was just experimenting and still trying it. If you go to my YouTube channel and look at the live videos I've done, you'll see a slew of videos I've done that it was like completely distorted. I didn't even realize it while I was doing it. I wasn't watching the VU meter on OBS, and I really distorted bad. So this has been something that's been a bugaboo, and I'm trying to perfect it. And your help was worth a hat. So I was at Kennedy Space Center twice last week, so I said, I got to stop and get Greg a hat. So that's what I did, because I know how much I love the space program. Next time I'll get a SpaceX cup or something for you.
Thank you very much. I would appreciate that. In fact, I'm going to go too here because I don't want to be hogging up 30 Charlie. So this is Greg, K6EGG. Thanks again for the hat there, K04PDI. I'm also live streaming on YouTube with a link in my QRZ profile. So you have a wonderful afternoon. I'll be back later tonight somewhere. I don't know where, but take care, Mike. I appreciate it.
All right, Greg, K6EGG, K04PDI. I'm going to be clear listening. K04PDI, clear.
I was wondering if you could reduce the stream volume when he hits the foot pedal, so he wouldn't have to do it manually. Yeah, there is a way to do that, but it's opposite. So when I would have to rewire the foot switch. Normal foot switch is an on feature, so I'd have to hit it for it to be off, so it passes the audio, and I can do that with an insert point here on the mixer too. I've played around with it.
You'd have to rewire the foot switch.
Yeah, I have to wire it opposite, so I wouldn't have to hold it the whole time. But then the thing is, I'd be hitting two foot switches. So
I think he meant the foot switch that we have now. I think I got the same one as you. Can up to mute while you're on the radio, and then unmute when you let off.
You'd have to be wired opposite, because the way I just said, because this is closed. So right now without my foot on it, it's open. Mm-hmm. So when I close it, it activates the switch to turn on the mic. So it would have to be opposite of what I need. Does that make sense? The foot switch I'm using right now.
Yeah. So basically, Alex, you could use a MIDI pedal, I guess, couldn't you?
I could, yeah.
Or no?
I could. I've thought about it. It involves me thinking too much. But exactly. I got to get going. I got to take care of some work emails right now, some pretty important ones. I got some stuff going on with my company. So you probably heard about it before. So anyways, I'll be back later tonight, probably close to 7 o'clock my time. So you guys take care. I appreciate the walkthrough here on my mixer. I'll be profiling that a little bit more, and still nice and warm outside with the sun still out. I'll be a little bit hazy. So Sam, you guys both with dang S names.
Who are you? You gonna insult me like that?
Yes, I am actually. Sorry. At least I admit it. Am I insulting you or Seth?
You're insulting me.
He would beg to differ on that. But on a serious note, though, I'll be back in a couple hours. I do have to take care of some work stuff. But you guys all take care. Have a good one.